So today is March 15th, and I went to a movie premiere today. It was pretty great. It was at the Shattuck Cinema in Berkeley, and I saw the film Master. It's not out yet. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. Shattuck Cinema is a pretty classic theater. So of course I got popcorn and a slushie, and it was a private event. So there was just like a few people there. It was such a good film though. I'm very interested in learning more about the director. Her name's Maria Daliamo. She was at South by Southwest, I guess, like last year, and she's had a couple like indie films out. Watch her interview, but I just want to unpack for a second some of the themes I took away from the movie because the film Master is so good. So let's just unpack themes. I'm not going to like dive into depth here. I'm just going to explain themes that I pulled out. So there's a freshman being black on campus and what that means. One of the characters, Jasmine, is that. One of the characters, Jasmine's friends, ends up like cheating. Well, there's some cheating happening. So what happens with jealousy among college peers? And then there's Jasmine, so she's like a freshman student and she's like lying to her parents. We need to unpack that. Also, a lot of shit happens to Jasmine and she needs friends and she does not have any. So that shit sucks. And there's a real problem with student safety on the campus. Like all these students are going through like some crazy shit and there's like no one there to help. Then there's like a haunted aspect of the thriller where the dorm is like bewitched. So that's a whole thing. And like there are like those race baiters in the movie. So there's people who think things that are not about race are. Then we have another theme about standing up to power, basically. What happens when you don't agree with the administration and you actually stand up to your professors? Then there's the politics of tenure. When you're trying to be a professor, how do you gain tenure? That's a thing. And then there's this toxicity of tolerance where Gail, the main character, deals with shitty stuff and she just doesn't fix it. So there's also the refusal of adults to advocate for the mental health of their peers. Gail does this a lot. And then we talk about like Black American torture porn because Gail has this idea that because it's always been bad, it always will be. And of course, there was a mammy. They don't break it down. She doesn't do anything. She's just like there. And there's a lunch lady with the shade. Now, some of it is supposed to be an ode to slavery, but some of it is just shade. There's also isolation and the harm that comes with the peer support groups or lack of them and an Afro dorm. Then there are all the white guys, the professors in the film who thirst after Gail. That's real. That's real. And so what is a master house anyway? Let's talk about this movie. It's really great. It's not out yet, but it will be on Amazon Prime, I think later this week. So I'm going to watch it again on Friday and we'll unpack it more then.